Hello everyone, welcome to another story time. And of course, as soon as I start this slide, the dogs start barking in the neighborhood. Alright, let's get you guys off dance party. So I hope you guys are all doing good. Today I was going to share with you guys a little story on how I got into aquarium keeping and why I keep as many as I do now. It's a nice day out. Besides the dogs barking now, but this weather's not going to last long. I was wanting to do this out here while it's nice and everything. It seems like the dogs don't want me to. But anyways, that's live for you. And yeah, this weather's not going to last long, so I got to enjoy it. And I figure I'm going to sit down with you guys and have a little story time. So let's take it back, all the way back to 1982. So back in 1982, that's when I was born. And my parents, they're big nature lovers, both of them, my mom and my dad. And my dad always had a fish tank as long as I've known him to have it. And there was actually a story, this was before I don't remember it, but I guess I tried to feed his goldfish Kool-Aid one time because they didn't like, I thought they were thirsty. And he had some Oscars too, and unfortunately it killed him, and I had no clue at that age. So it didn't start off too well from the beginning. And that's a story my dad always told me, but he always had a tank growing up. It was a 55-gallon. So he would always take me to the store. We'd go check out fish, this, that, and the other. It was always a good time to do, you know, with your dad. It was always fun to do. And hello, everybody in the chat. We are live here. And I will answer some questions at the end, too, if you guys like. But, yeah. He always took me to the fish store with him, and then eventually he had like some extra 10 gallons and 20 gallons laying around, so I'd go out into the woods with my brother, and we'd go catch crayfish, we'd catch minnows, bluegills, snakes, all kinds of stuff, and pretty much keep everything. We've tried to keep, you name a pet, we've kept it throughout our years growing up. So then in middle school, high school, I kind of had my own 29-gallon, and it had like black substrate, like the fake plants, all that, but I was keeping rummy noses and like the neon tetras and brilliant rasboras, all those kind of fish back then. And then eventually went off into college, and then I had no tanks whatsoever, and eventually I graduated college. Since when I was in college, I actually worked full-time and went to school full-time, so it was not easy. I had to pay, support myself and all that while going to school. Actually took me a year longer because of it. And anyways, finally got out of school, all that stuff. So let's bring us back into the future here off the 8mm. But after school, I finally got a tank, got an apartment, it was 1 bedroom, had a girlfriend, all that stuff. And I ended up setting up a 29-gallon tank because I was bored. I was doing my regular job, just wanted something on the side to do. And keeping a tank, I always enjoyed it, so I decided to get back into it. Well, I went to the pet store, got it all set and everything, started getting into it again. I was making like a 2-story kind of, like there's substrate on one level and then substrate on the bottom. I thought that was cool, but it actually didn't work very well because none of the fish ever wanted to swim underneath it. And then I was walking around and I noticed plants in the fish store. And after that I was just like, live plants. I never thought about that. So next thing you know, I get online and just start researching it, come across plantedtank.net. It's a forum. Aquatic Plant Central is another forum, and I find out there is all kinds of types of plants you can keep, like tons of them. Then I started learning about CO2, lighting, all that stuff. That's when I first started using Eco Complete too. And after then, I was just completely hooked. Like completely hooked. And then I got me some golden water killifish. Got a 10-gallon after that 29, and then started breeding those. And got some ghost shrimp in it. And then that's kind of what got me on the shrimp kick. And then breeding fish. And then next thing you know, I had like 4 tanks in that apartment. I was kind of crowding up the apartment with my tanks. Let's just say that relationship didn't work out much longer, and I ended up bouncing around with those few tanks. Well, eventually I got a 2-bedroom apartment by myself, and then turned the whole other bedroom into a fish room, where I just kept stuff because I liked it. And then that's when I started selling plants and stuff like that. But I'll talk about me turning the hobby into a business in another story time for you guys. But yeah, after that, got a house for like half of what it was worth. And then finally I had area to just go gangbusters. And luckily now my girl that I'm with is full support, and I couldn't be happier about that. So, in a nutshell, that's pretty much how I came about keeping aquariums. And I wanted to give you guys a story time for today. And I think I'll do the next story time on why I went hobby to business and all that stuff. Let's see, I think I covered pretty much all of it. So if you guys got any questions or anything while I'm on here, feel free to ask. But in conclusion as well, it goes to show, like, my dad is really the main cause of me getting into this hobby, and who instilled this love of nature for me. And I think that's what this hobby does. It really instills a love of nature. So if you have an opportunity to take your kids, or maybe your niece, nephew, whoever, and show them the world of aquariums and how fun and cool it could be, and nice and peaceful and everything else. Like, Mother Nature is a wonderful thing, and the more that we teach the youth about it and everything else, the more better chance we'll have at conserving it and everything else. So I'm not seeing any questions really here in the chat, just some hellos. I can't get this filter thing off. There we go. Alright, so there's no questions. I'm going to hop off here. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Remember, share this with your loved ones, this hobby, because, I mean, it can help out in many forms, many forms. It's definitely a stress reliever, especially if you make it simple, keep it easy, don't fight it, and do some research. Like, it can be fun. So, alright everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, peace.